Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the new channel, the new format, whatever that is. I have no idea. It's probably the same old format without a name. So today what I want to do, I want to first thank you all for being here. Thank you for the comments, the great comments that we got. Well, I got. About, the change in the change up in names and stuff like that. I also find when I say that I got, it's really that we got, because a lot of the comments that are posted are read by a lot of different people, and we get different ideas from the comments. So as always, you guys are great with respect and keeping it that way. I'm finding that I'm hearing a lot more about how people are misinterpreting other people's intention. So as we get into more of the political landscape, I think it's important for us to look at the intention versus a misspoken word. Certainly, I have a lot of misspoken words that may lead to, well, your hidden intention is, yeah, okay, maybe something for me to look at down the road. But too many people are afraid to speak their mind over the consequences. And in today's environment, how can you not? I mean, just look at what's going on with these judges and what do they call it? The swatting, where they have the SWAT team go to people's houses, judges and stuff. It's really, really hard not to speak your voice and to be afraid to say something. But in this community, let's make sure that we're looking at the intention, because we are all anybody who watches this channel for sure are all wanting the best and highest good for all, for the planet. So not that anybody's been mean or nasty. I've just been hearing that a lot. I heard it on PBS. I heard it on some other podcast. Anyway, that's it. But thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for your names that you gave me. None of them were nasty. Well, one. No, just kidding. Okay. Let's get into, before I get into the politics of the day, and there is some, let's look into the card for the day. And we're still in this Mercury retrograde shadow, so I hope I'm not repeating myself. But every night I pull a card, and when I wake up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. or whatever, I can focus on the card versus what woke me up at 3 o'clock. I'm using, the deck that I'm using is Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. That's a great name. And normally this deck is just like, it's all positive, it's all love, it's all light. The card that I got, Vulnerability. And I went, is that what I want to focus on at 3 a.m.? How vulnerable I am? Oh, come on. Really? Sometimes you got to look at things you don't want to look at. I'm going, I already took off the bathrobe. What more do you want from me? So I said, okay, what is a healing card that I could look at. And I'm using the Lakota Sweat Lodge cards. I go, maybe I need to go into the Sweat Lodge and think about this vulnerability. And what I got was the mole. Wow. So does that mean I should just go hide? Just bury myself? Just get deep into the earth? Just not come out? Well, that's not being very vulnerable. That's being really protected. So, and I love this artwork on this card. If I could just let go of that at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? And just listen to the crystals singing and the dragon's breath and the lotus flower. Just think of all that rebirth, that energy, that newness coming in. But then it said vulnerability, and I'm like, well, maybe it's, what do you know, Danny? Well, I know what I don't know. That's a lot of what I don't know. What about this mole card that I got? So this mole card, when we really dig into the mole is blind, but it uses all its different senses. It digs into the earth for healing properties, so it's a healing card. So vulnerability is all about healing, but it's all about not really paying attention to the outside vibrations coming down. So, and maybe that's the Alina Habas of the world, trying to change the noise, and you just go, what? I'm digging myself a hole. I'm covering up the dirt, and I'm listening to Mother Earth. I'm listening to the healing heartbeat of Mother Earth. Maybe grabbing a root that is going to give some healing properties. Tree hugs. Tree hugs are good. So this morning, though, I pulled some more cards because I'm addicted. I can't stop. Okay, I got a problem. No judgment. I just have a little problem with not knowing when to stop. So what is this? I slept on this card, this vulnerability. Anything else that I'm missing with this vulnerability, with the crystals, with this dragon? It feels like it's not vulnerability, it's something else. And I got unique gifts. So I go back to the mole, unique healing gifts. Okay. How does that all work? I got endless opportunities. Let's just hold that up so y'all can see it, because it's... Look at all the bubbles with butterflies in them. And so as I'm trying to figure out what these butterflies mean in bubbles, the next card I get is Beyond the Mind. And I went, quit trying to figure things out, go back to the original card and just play in the crystal knowledge of the vulnerability cave. Ooh, I like that. I don't know what it means. I like it though. Let's go back to the mole. The healing properties of the mole. The sensual awareness that is way different than what we use on 3D. What would you say is your main sense? Is it sight? Is that where you get your most information from? Is it from touch? Is it from hearing? saw a movie last night for the first time. I don't know how long it's been. It was weird. Weird. So weird. And the movie was weird too. And I'm pulling it all apart, trying. If they would have done this, it would have made more sense. It was a good movie once you figured, I can't even remember. Eileen. It was Eileen. That was the name of the movie. And it was, I walked away from that and I go, what the hell did I just waste my time on? The acting was great. Everything was really good about it. But it felt like they missed something in the story. Well, I'm about ready to run out of batteries. Uh-oh. And so when I looked at the reviews, I go, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, interesting. Where am I going with this? Focus, mole. Focus on the mole. What are we seeing? What are we hearing? That's where I was going with this. The sound was a little weird, so especially for my wife, she goes, I can't hear this. Can they put up closed captioning? I'm like, darling, we're not at home. We're in a movie theater. But I'm going to go ask. No, you can't put up closed captioning in a movie theater. But they should have those little headphones that you can get. But old-timey movie theaters, so they didn't have it. Anyway, what's the sense? What are our senses that we're not using, that we should develop, that we should... When we're looking at our vulnerabilities, our unique gifts, our endless opportunities, the stuff beyond the mind, what are the senses that we have to pull? What's the healing energies of the mole? And it goes into endless opportunities, the Great Spirit. And we talked about this last show. God, what is that? Great Spirit. Just more letters. The other card I pulled two more, and I got World, Wind, and Storm. And this looks very similar to the mole. As she's listening, she's hiding herself in the water. She's below the crazy. She is looking at it from a condor point of view. As the sun rises, she's not really seeing the storm, but she's protected because she knows she's vulnerable. She, he, it, me, you, us. And the last card I got was the Spirit of Man. So as we get out there in this crazy world of being vulnerable, of finding healing properties with the senses we are not using a lot of, as we traverse and try to go, let's just talk to spirit, let's talk to departed loved ones, let's get out into, let's hide ourselves from the whirlwind in the storm. But we are here on earth living the spirit of humans, the spirit of man, woman, child. Wow. I don't know. Does that make any sense? Okay. All right. Let's put them away and let's look into a little bit of politics. If my camera keeps working. So for those of you who don't want politics, 15 minutes. See ya.